What is up, DW Nation? I am back with another Smackdown recap. Yes, I am back. We had a big episode. A huge announcement came from Adam Pearce and Roman Reigns about the Elimination Chamber. We saw some qualifying matches, and we also got the return of the Messiah, Seth Rollins. So without further ado, I'm Kevin Jones, the Disciples of Wrestling, and let's hop into it. So, starting off the show, we have none other than the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. Of course, he's flanked by his cousin Jey Uso and by his head of council, Mr. Paul Heyman, to meet Mr. WWE official himself, Adam Pearce, in the wrestling ring. Now, before we even get to this announcement, Roman still ain't happy about Edge. He let the world know that, first of all, Edge don't want none. That's why he didn't pick Roman Reigns, is because he's scared. This is what Roman has said, is that Roman knows that Edge is scared that he's going to lose at WrestleMania and be embarrassed in his return. This is the words that are coming from the Tribal Chief. I mean, he's only the head of the table. But Mr. Adam Pearce has let everyone know that he's tried to give a contract to Mr. Paul Heyman for the last week regarding the Elimination Chamber. He said that Roman Reigns is scheduled to defend the Universal Championship in the Elimination Chamber, just like the WWE Champion Drew McIntyre. Well, Paul Heyman has second thoughts, actually. Him and Roman Reigns have consulted over the past week, and that's not exactly what's going to happen. Instead of Roman defending the Universal Championship in the Hell in a Cell, Roman Reigns is just going to defend his championship at Elimination Chamber. And yeah, he said, you fill up people into this little Elimination Chamber, and whoever comes out of it as the victor that night will be wrestling Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship right after the Elimination Chamber match on the spot. Yeah, that's happening. So Adam Pearce, of course, said he had to make some things happen. Yeah, he really, the Tribal Chief of WWE, he's the guy. And he let that be known in this segment. But of course, Mr. Adam Pearce said, we can make it happen. I can make some qualifying matches up. But I got two guys in mind that don't need qualifying matches. They're automatically going to be put in the Elimination Chamber match. The first name he said was none other than Jey Uso. He said Jey Uso has proven himself and has taken Roman to the limit on two separate occasions. And then the other guy is the guy that almost beat him at the Royal Rumble in the Last Man Standing match, and Kevin Owens. And Roman ain't happy. Actually, Roman gets face-to-face with Adam Pearce on the outside of the ring by the barricade, and Paul Heyman has to beg him not to get physical with the WWE official, as it's not a good look, and everything has its own appointed time. And he says, you are the one that controls the timing, and you're the one that controls everything. So, of course, Adam Pearce is, of course, all over the place because he just found out that he needs to make qualifying matches for Elimination Chamber match that the Universal Champion ain't even going to be in. So he runs into Miss Sonya Deville, the assistant to Adam Pearce, and she already got everything figured out. Throughout the show, we find out that there will be two different matches that will be qualifying matches and both be tag team matches, where we find out that the Mysterios will be wrestling King Corbin and Sami Zayn, and that will be a qualifying match where whoever wins, both will be in the Elimination Chamber match. And we also found out that in the main event, we will see Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode versus Cesaro and Daniel Bryan, and the winner of that respective match, those two people will also be in the Elimination Chamber match. So our first match of the evening is actually the first qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber, where it's the Mysterios versus King Corbin and Sami Zayn. Now the Mysterios come out first, of course, looking like a big happy family. Then we got King Corbin as he's showing his Royal Highness. And then, of course, we have Sami Zayn coming out with his crew, and I'm loving Sami Zayn right now. He came out talking and said, of course we're in this match. It's another thing of controversy. Me and Corbin should be already in this match. But, of course, the WWE officials want the Mysterios to win so they can be in the Elimination Chamber, so they can come out and promote themselves and expand to the Latin American community. It makes sense. And of course, this gets the Mysterios, and they knock Zayn off of the apron, and Corbin starts off the match. Now, for the most part, the Mysterios are really taking control, and Dominic Mysterio's haven't shown a clinic out there, really showing his experience as he's getting more and more comfortable in the ring. Now, he does have a botch at the beginning of the match when he goes to take out Sami Zayn with the Tope Suicida, and he actually headbutts the commentary table at the top of the commentary table. But once he recovered very, very quickly and very, very smoothly. He moved it around in the ring. But ultimately, what this came down to was Sami Zayn catching Dominic Mysterio for an exploder suplex into the corner, leading up to a haluva kick for the win, going to Sami Zayn and King Corbin, and now they're both officially in the Elimination Chamber match. So next up, we got the IC champion, Big E. Yeah, he's coming out looking to make some waves in the Smackdown locker room, as he says that he's officially put Apollo and Sami Zayn behind him. He's looking to go ahead and be the fighting and defending champion he set out to be. And exactly as he says that, Apollo Crews comes out. And Apollo said, I know what you're about to do, E. You're about to have an IC Open challenge. And I'm going to answer it. And off mic, Big E flat out says, bro, I already beat you. Me and you are done. Go ahead, go back to catering where you started. We're done. And Apollo's upset, clearly saying, you want me to go back to catering? No, I've worked too hard for this. And E's getting worked up, and he's like, you worked too hard for this. I mean, if y'all know the story of the New Day, I mean, they've been busting it. So, of course, Shinsuke Nakamura is the one who answers the open challenge. Starting off, we see Big E start to dominate. But, of course, Apollo decides that he's going to interfere a little bit, hopping on the apron. And, of course, this distracts Big E. Now, as this distracts Big E, we see Shinsuke Nakamura take control of the match, actually for the majority of the match. But eventually, when Big E looks like he's going to actually end the match, we see Apollo Crews come into the ring, slide in, and hit a dropkick on Big E, causing the distraction. So after this match, we actually get the return of the Messiah, Seth Rollins. And of course, the entire locker room's coming out to support our Messiah, Mr. Rollins. And the return of Burn It Down is here. Just the theme song, though. He's still the Messiah. He came out with this sweet leather suit, bro. It was nice. It was nice. He came out and he said he had some time throughout his hiatus to really think and do some real self-reflection. He said a lot has changed in his heart since he's had the birth of his new baby girl, and congratulations to Mr. Rollins and Becky Lynch on the birth of their baby girl. And he said this has really opened up his eyes and really widened his reign to really see what's next for Mr. Rollins. And he flat out said, what's next is I'm meant to be the leader of SmackDown, the leader of the locker room, and that everyone should embrace the vision. And as he's saying this, the lights are low and everybody's left. All except for Mr. Cesaro, the Swiss Superman. And Seth thought he had an ally. He really did. We thought we was there. And Cesaro said, nah, bruh, we not there. And leaves. Or he thought he was going to, because Rollins is clearly upset, and he goes directly after Cesaro's knee, which does play into effect later on in his match. And he starts to attack Cesaro. And as this is going on, we see the referees come out, and that doesn't really stop Mr. Rollins. So it takes Cesaro's tag team partner for later on, Daniel Bryan, to come out and aid him and fight off Mr. Seth Rollins. So our next match of the night, we actually see Miss Liv Morgan, accompanied by, of course, her best friend, Ruby Riott, against Bayley. And, of course, we having this match because Bayley looking to just take out the whole entire Riott squad. She said, I beat one last week. Why not beat the other this week? You know what I'm saying? And this actually starts off with Liv Morgan being very, very aggressive and just coming after Bayley, letting her know that we here for it all. And this actually backfires as Liv Morgan is a little too aggressive. And as she goes to take out Bayley on the outside of the ring, Bayley uses her momentum against her to knock her out on the barricade. Now Bayley's actually capitalizing what looks like Liv actually injured her shoulder while outside of the ring. And Bayley's taking advantage of that, really going after that shoulder. Now, Liv Morgan actually has an answer for everything that Bayley has and actually picks up a very, very nice near fall. And as this is going on, we see Miss Billie Kay come out, and she's looking to apologize to Ruby Riott. And Ruby's flat out letting her know this is not the time to do that. And as she has the resumes, Ruby throws the resumes and accidentally throws them into the ring, causing a distraction as the referee is looking to clean up these resumes. And of course, Bayley rakes Liv Morgan in the face and then hits the Rose Plant for the win. So next up, we got the tag team match of the Street Profits versus the Alpha Academy. And you already know what time it is. We want smoke. We want smoke. And yes, we got it, as Gable's really controlling the Street Profits in the beginning with his mat wrestling, really using it to tighten up Mr. Dawkins to start off. And then once Ford comes in and gets tagged in, we see Chad Gable actually ground Ford for the most part. Now what it takes is for Montez Ford to tag out to Dawkins, and the tag team combination really overwhelms Chad Gable to where he needs to tag out to Otis, and Otis comes in and he cleans house, but he does it with a little athleticism. Yeah, the big boy moving. And as it looks like they're about to set up for the finish, we see Chad Gable say it's time to hit our new finisher. And as Otis goes to hit this clothesline so they can hit the finisher, Montez Ford drops the rope and eliminates Otis. Now with that, that means Dawkins has the opportunity to take out Gable, and he does just that, setting him up for Montez Ford's most beautiful frog splash for the win for the Street Profits. Now as the Street Profits are leaving in celebration of their tag team win, we actually see the entrance of Miss Sasha Banks. Yes, the WWE Smackdown Women's Champion comes out, and she got something to say. And she's in the ring and she lets the world know that Bianca Belair is a big name right now and definitely still has her eye. And she says that Bianca, the only reasonable opponent for you to have at WrestleMania is me. It only makes sense. So as she's saying this, of course, Bianca comes out and lets her know, boo, I'm going to enjoy my time right now. I'm buzzing right now. You know what it is, the EST of the WWE. And as this is going on, we see a shock interruption from Miss Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, the WWE Women's Tag Champs. And they're letting them know, I don't even know why we're talking about Bianca and Sasha, because ever since Royal Rumble, we've been on a roll. Well, Sasha got some footage to let them know they not on the roll they thought they were. And she pulls up the footage of the losses from this past week where Shayna Baszler actually lost in a roll-up to Miss Naomi. And we see that, yeah, Nia lost to Lana in the tables match. And her whole lost too. But as this is going on, we see that Jax and Baszler are very, very upset. And they go after and attack Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks. But Sasha Banks and Belair have an answer for those two, and they stand tall at the end of this whole thing. So it is time for the main event. Yes, the last qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber, where we see the Dirty Dogs. Yes, the SmackDown Tag Champions, Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler, versus the team of the Swiss Cyborg, Mr. Cesaro, and the leader of the Yes Movement, Daniel Bryan. And this starts off very, very even, but what it ends up showing is the inexperience of the tag team of Daniel Bryan and Cesaro, as Daniel looks to hit a tope suicida and ends up taking out his own tag partner in the process. And of course, the Dirty Dogs take advantage, and they start to really control this. And of course, the winners of the tag match from earlier, King Corbin and Sami Zayn, come out to keep a close eye on the action. Now, as this is going on, we see Cesaro get the hot tag and just have a supercut partay. And he ends where he ends up hitting a Superman, what is it? The European uppercut, the super. He did the avalanche one. And he hit Mr. Dolph Ziggler for a near fall. Now, as this is going on, we actually see Bobby Roode come in and target that same exact knee that Seth Rollins attacked from earlier, but this doesn't make a difference because he hits the same backbreaker swing into the sharpshooter combination to get the tap out victory over Dolph Ziggler and the Dirty Dogs. Now, as they're looking to celebrate, we see Jey Uso come in and attack Cesaro with a steel chair, and of course, Corbin and Zayn zero out Daniel Bryan and attack him outside the ring. Now, as they go after Jey Uso, of course, this breaks into a full-out brawl. And as, of course, we got 5 guys who are in the Elimination Chamber. We're missing one. So Kevin Owens comes out and just cleans house with stunners for literally everybody. Whoever was in the ring, he stunned them. And of course, looking at this television service in the back is Mr. Roman Reigns, and him and Paul Heyman look upset. And to close out, we actually see Kevin Owens go, "We're not done. We not done. So I'm gonna knock out all these little guys you got in my way right now, and it's gonna be me and you again." Yeah, it's about that time. So just in case you guys couldn't tell, a lot of things broke down this past week on SmackDown. And of course, Elimination Chamber, we just got hit with it, and next week we're going to have it. So they had to make some stuff happen, and of course, I'm here to let y'all know what happened. So if you guys enjoyed the stuff, go ahead and hit that like button right there, that thumbs up. If you guys want to just keep in contact of what's going on with our latest content, hit that subscribe button. And if y'all really want some special right there, hit that little bell icon. It'll do the thing right here to give y'all notifications. And also, we starting up, you know what I'm saying? We just on the come up. So definitely hit that share button and share us to all your friends and let us know. Well, let them know to let us know what y'all think of us. You know what I'm saying? And also definitely check out Jordan's predictions of NXT Takeover Vengeance Day. And of course, we got a podcast hopping on later on Spotify, and definitely check that out. We'll have the link on our Instagram where me and Jordan have our roundtable preview for Vengeance Day. And definitely keep an eye out for, of course, Jordan's recap fully of Vengeance Day that will be coming out on Monday. But until next time, I am Kevin Jones, and we gonna keep it tight, and that was wrestling.